Tracy from GiftBasketappeal, and today I'm doing a design team project for Maymay Made It. I'm going to be using the How Many stamp, and I love this because it's got numbers so you can really tailor your card depending on what birthday it is. You also have the anniversary, so if you're celebrating like a special anniversary, you can use the numbers along with the sentiment. And I just really like this stamp, very versatile. Look who's turning 23, 24, 25, you know, so there's just so much you can do with it. So let's get started. I had been carrying this idea in my mind for a little bit now, and I believe the inspiration came from Pinterest. I think it did. I'm just not even sure at this point because it's been in my head for a minute. I wanted to do a straw birthday card, and I'm going to be adding a butterfly, and the butterfly I got from the Dollar Tree, so I thought this would be a nice embellishment to add to it. We're going to be using the little cupcake holders, and we're going to add some bling to it, just a little bit. And this card is going to be an A2 card. It'll be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to prepare our little cupcake here. And so we're going to make a nice embellishment. So all I'm doing is cutting this out, and I'm just cutting out the center part of this. And you may have seen me do this before in some other videos, but it's a great way to embellish your project and really tailor it. If you notice this, these are also matching to these, and I got them both at the Dollar Tree. So straws, I think, are fun. They're a great way to decorate your cards, and the fact that I can find the matching ones is a plus as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, now that I cut out the center, I'm going to reattach it just like this. So I got my hot glue gun all ready. I'm just putting a little bit on there, and then I'm going to reattach it like this. And then I'm going to put a circle backing on it so I can attach it to my project. I did do a circle that has, that I put on my cardstock, but I also wanted to do another circle. Let's see. Where I just use some cardboard for like my backing. Oh, here's another one. This was packaging. I used a circle for some packaging that I had, and so this is also another great way. I think I'm going to use this one. It's a great way to use up your packaging from like maybe some snacks or something. If you just have leftover paper. So this doesn't have to be perfect because this is going to go on the back to flatten out our rosette. That's why I couldn't remember the name of this. So all you got to do is, once you have your rosette turned over, just like this, it's kind of going to form its own shape. And you want it to be as circular as possible. And you don't want to press it too much because you still want it to have its little ridges, because that adds dimension. So what I'm going to do is, I've got my hot glue gun. I'm going to go right around the edges of my circle. Hopefully not too close. I think I put a little bit too much glue on there. So you're not going to use that much glue. I was just a little bit heavy-handed there. And just to let you know that this circle, this circle actually came from this little, I think it was like an orange juice top, and I just traced it out. So I'm always looking for some type of shapes that I can use, and this was just perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to take this and I'm going to press it right down, and that's what makes my nice little rosette there, just like that. Okay, and I think I need a little bit more glue on there. That's all right. Okay, now I've got it. I think I let my glue I think I let my glue dry too much. Okay, there we go. Just press that down a little bit so it'll hold. And if you want to use art glitter glue, you can. So it's just up to you what type of glue you want to use. Okay, so that's what it looks like on the other side, and I'm going to now cut another circle, and this is what's going to have, I'm going to stamp on this circle. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this one out. I'm just going to be a little bit more careful with this one, because I'm going to decorate this. And this is actually cardstock I'm using. See, I just cut off my little pencil areas there that I can see. Okay. And I am going to stamp this with 20, so this is for a 20th birthday. I'm going to use my Memento ink, and I will be listing everything down below, including where you can buy these in Maymay's store, along with the stamps. Just get that right in the center. All right. And that's nice because you can put, you know, your numbers together and then just kind of just tailor it the way you need, which is nice. So, okay, so now that I've got my 20 on there, we need to decorate this. So, got my Cupcake markers. I'm going to make a border. I love doing the stitching around the borders. I'm just going to do some lines just around the border here, just so that it doesn't look so plain. And I see there's some pink in my rosette has a little bit of pink, and I think that pink would be nice to just kind of bring it out a little bit more. Okay, and I'm also going to color in. If you notice that there's some lines in here to give it some definition, but I'm going to just color, just add a little bit of pink right in the middle here, just to color it in a little bit. And that just adds a little bit more color to it. Okay, so just want to make sure I wipe my stamp off, and I'm just using a baby wipe here. So I just like to make sure that I go ahead and wipe that off, just because it just keeps it nice and clean. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use what's called these Nouveau drops. They're glitter drops, and I absolutely love working with this. This is in Maymay's store. I will put the link below, but they're a nice way to add something to your embellishments or to your cards or any of your projects. So let me show you how this works. I want to put some sparkly stuff on here. So I'm just going to go right around the inner edge here. and just squeeze some out. And it's almost like a liquid pearl. Now it will need a little bit of time to dry, but I don't mind. This is just adding, it's almost like adding a pearl embellishment, a little flat back pearl to your project. So what a nice way to add something real pretty to your project. And so I'm just going right around here with this. And let's see what the color of this is. This one is called Blue Lagoon. And I just think that it goes really nice with the colors in here too. Okay, so I got a couple of those going around there. And just adding that little bit. I don't even know if you can, let's see. I'm not going to handle it too much. You can see that sparkle on there. See how those sparkle? They're almost like adding a little blue pearl to your embellishment. So nice way to enhance this. And this is called, once again, Nouveau Glitter Drops. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside for a minute where it can dry. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and glue it to our, let me go ahead and glue that on. And I could wait, but because we are filming, I'm just going to go ahead and glue it right on here. Put a little bit of glue in there too, because I see that it's raising up just a little bit, so I want to make sure that I put this on here. Staying away from those drops because I don't want to smear them. Okay, so now I'm going to just go ahead and put this aside for a little bit and let that dry. And we're going to work on our card. Okay, so I'm going to making a lot of noise here tonight. I'm going to be taking our straws now. I'm going to cut them down so that they can fit our card. And I just fell in love with the colors of these. So basically what I'm doing, I'm just going to eyeball it. We've got our card. I'm going to put our straws right here. Just kind of lining it up. And then I'm just going to cut it. That went flying too. I'm going to move this out the way. I've got straws flying all over the place. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to cut down my straws. So if you want to get a ruler, you can. It would be 5.5 because I'm going to be lining them up this way. But if you want to use a straw, you can. And I hear my doggy out there. Looks like he wants to come into my room. He was actually with my daughter, and now he wants to get in the craft room because he hears me in here. And I am filming at after 12 midnight. It's actually almost 1 in the morning. Oh, there he goes again. Okay, so I'm going to be cutting out a bunch of these, and it kind of flattens it out when you cut it, and I'm just shaping it back up. Okay, so I'm going to cut out a bunch of these, and I'll be back to show you how we're going to put those on our card. Okay, so I cut these out to size, and now I'm going to add them to our card, and I'm going to be using the art glitter glue for this. And I love this stuff because it dries clear and it dries pretty fast. Okay, so I'm just making a line here. And I'm just going to take our straw. I'm just going to pick that up for a moment because I really need to look at that to make sure it's straight. And I'm just going to start at the very edge there. And I'm just going to add the straws to it. And these really adhere very well to this cardstock. And this art glitter glue is also available in Maymay's store. But I will have links to everything below for you just to make it easier. Okay, so you see how I'm just lining those right up. Who says you can't decorate using straws? See, we just have to make up your own rules sometimes. I just thought this was just a different kind of card. And I'm just kind of going in, I'm not filling up the whole card because this stuff really with glue, because this stuff dries really quick. So I'm just trying to kind of going with the flow here. And if I get too much ahead of myself, the glue might dry before I can get to it to place the straw down. So this stuff does dry fast. Okay, so I'm sure you get what I'm doing here. So I'm just pushing it right up to the edge there and lining them up. Just making sure that everything is good. So I'm going to just go ahead and skip ahead and get closer to the end, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, so I'm almost to the end, and I actually ran out of the straws that were that length. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to still use some of the leftover straws like this from what I cut, and I'm going to kind of piece this together. See, there's always a way to work around this. And just put this all the way, and you'll never know that it's not just one long strip there. Let's see. Just going to cut a little piece of that off. See, as crafters, we know how to kind of make stuff work, you know? Okay, and I need to do another one right here. And it still works out fine. And then I get to use all my little pieces, but I could always use this in another craft project also. Just cut this down here. Okay. And I'm just pushing this right up to the edge there. And my glue is still drying, but that's what it looks like so far. So I'm pretty excited about that. So now we're going to decorate our little butterfly before we add it on. Okay, I'm working with a whole bunch of little things here. So I'm going to take this now, and I'm going to add some pink to it. And this is my We Are Memory Keepers quick stick tool. Many of you have asked about it. I will put a link below. And it is great for picking up those little embellishments. So I'm going to go ahead and add some embellishments to this just to give it some sparkle. Put some pink in there to match our card. See, just because the butterfly looks a certain way doesn't mean it has to be that way. You can make it however you want to. And these butterflies came in a pack of 3 from the Dollar Tree, so I'm always looking in that section to see what they have. And I'm going to add some sparkly stuff to our butterfly as well. And I'm using the Nuvo glitter drops in White Blizzard. Oh, I like that, White Blizzard. Just making some right around the edge here. So you don't have to only do the dots, you can kind of drag it out and add some sparkly stuff to it. And a few dots on there too. Why not, right? You can really get carried away with this stuff here. Okay, I think that might be enough. Okay, so just got to be careful with this because that's still drying. And this right here, oh, that's good to go. It's all dry. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I guess I can get rid of this now. I'm going to put this right in the middle here, just like that. Just going to hot glue it right to my card. Just like that. And let's go ahead and put some sparkly stuff on there. I am really loving the quiet of the late night crafting. It is super quiet in here. And my dog is asleep under the table. I mean, he's like laying right on my foot. Okay, so now I'm going to see, and I already picked up my thing like right here where I had the drops. It's still trying to dry a little bit. And I'm going to stick this, let's see, I'm not going to put the glue on it, I'm going to put the glue on here. I think I'll put some glue on here. I'm going to stick this right on to the card. I thought about going up here possibly. I'm just going to stick it right on here. Just like that. And it's still drying, but look how adorable that is. Very simple. And I'm going to be writing in this card, but I could use the happy birthday sentiment. Super feminine card. This is actually for my daughter's 20th birthday. She's going to love this, especially with the butterflies and stuff on it. Okay, and I'm going to just stamp that right in here. Happy birthday to my baby girl. Okay, and look how pretty that is. And my glue is still drying on there, but look how adorable that is with the straws and the cupcake holders. Who would have known that you can make such a pretty card with that? And I always like to do 2 of everything. Normally, I like to do 2 of everything. Let me show you what this one looks like. Kind of the same exact card. I just wanted to do 2 of them. See that you can see that. Look how cute that is. So this number set on how many, I was thinking also that you can use this for, like, if you're doing table settings and you want to do the numbers for the tables, you can use these also. These will be perfect. And you can use like the embellishments, making these rosettes and putting a stick on them and decorating your place settings. So that's another good idea. But I hope this inspired you. I'm really loving this. I think my daughter's going to really like this. And I think 20 is a big birthday for her. And of course it's for us too. But I hope you were inspired by this. I will make sure I put all of the links below. And as usual, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you join our crafty family. We've got a great bunch of people. And don't forget to like this video and comment below. I'll see you real soon. Bye.